Hello and welcome to the Tarot with Titania reading of the week for May 3rd to the 10th. I'm recording this on May Day or Beltane for those who honor that day. A very happy turn of the season to you. We are now in the summer half of the year, so hooray. And with that, let's close our eyes and take 3 nice deep breaths. Bring that happy summer energy into our reading today. And with that third exhale, imagining a tree root coming down out of the base of your spine, going down deep into Mother Earth, grounding you here and now in this present moment so you can be fully present, fully showing up, bringing all that you are here and now to this reading. And knowing that that tree root is a conduit through which anything that no longer serves you can easily pass down into Mother Earth and become compost for your new good growth. Creator, this is your daughter Titania, and I'm here with all of your children now and in the future, about to do the reading of the week from May 3rd to the 10th, 2024. My intention is to be a clear channel for the information we most need to receive right now, and to provide this in a manner that we will easily and effortlessly hear, understand, and integrate for our personal and our collective highest and greatest good. I call upon my higher self and the higher selves of all those listening, as well as an overlighting angel of communication, to be present and facilitate this exchange, ensuring that it happens in the highest and best way possible, and that we cover all that is in our personal and our collective heart and mind at this time to our satisfaction in this window that we have together here today. I'd also like to invite the 4 archangels to come and hold the 4 directions around us, creating a sacred container across time and space, holding all of us in its loving embrace. I invite Raphael to hold the east, Michael to hold the south, Gabriel to hold the west, and Uriel to hold the north. Thank you for coming. And we set the tone for ease, for clarity, for wisdom, for healing, for upliftment, for beauty, for empowerment, for whatever is uppermost in our hearts and minds, collectively and personally. May it be held here in this circle and addressed in good ways, for our highest and greatest good, the highest and greatest good of all those we love and care about, and the highest and greatest good of this planet and all life on her. And with that, let's get into the reading, shall we? All right, Creator, what is it that we most need to know at this time for our personal and collective highest and greatest good? This time of high energy, high light, high sunshine, at this time of regeneration and evolution of the human. What is it that would be most helpful for us to know this week of May 3rd to the 10th, 2024 for our personal and collective good? Okay. Okay, starting with the card of fulfillment in the position of the past, but of course the past is relevant to now and why we are where we are. And so this beautiful card of abundance, or fulfillment, is sitting here in this position. So it's relevant in our present, into our future. It's important for us to be paying attention to this energy of abundance, fulfillment. Abundance is the 9 of Pentacles, and I'm stuck, I think, on the 9 of Hearts. But it's related. The energy of fulfillment is full, it's rich, it's abundant. It has that similar quality to that energy of the abundance card. But it's a fulfillment on a deep heart level. It's a feeling of wholeness and goodness and well-being deep within us. I believe it comes from Source. It comes from our connection to that incredible source of energy and life everywhere. But it's important that we tap into this energy as we go forward into the present and into the future this week. This energy of deep well-being, of fulfillment. So what does that mean? What does that mean? What does it mean to you? What does it mean to be fulfilled? What does it mean to be full of beautiful energy and beautiful life force and comfort and well-being and grounded in ourselves? This is the question we each have to ask ourselves, because my idea of fulfillment perhaps is not yours. It's probably not that different, but we all have a different idea perhaps of what it means or what it represents in our lives. The important thing is the energy set point of this. That's what's important from this card, carrying it forward through the rest of the week, is tapping into this grounded energy of deep well-being, because that's what it represents. So what is it that we need to do to tap into this energy, and how do we bring it forward so that we have it with us this week to support us as we go through whatever the week has ahead for us. The present card, we have the glorious sun card. I was wondering if it might come up today, and here it is. So the sun is the card of evolution. It is the card of humanity rising, of us becoming more, of us being more than we were as we move towards more love and light and holding more frequency of the sun energy in our fields. We're each little tiny aspects of the creator force, the life force that is part of all life everywhere. We're individualized iterations of that, having each of us our unique experience. So I'm being Titania and you being you, and we're all here bumping around doing this human life thing. And we're so much more than that. The energy that's contained in this field, this human field of who we are, is very, very tiny compared to the vast field of life and energy and light that we are, and that we carry from lifetime to lifetime. That's the repository field of the energy of everything that we've experienced. And that energy in turn is part of the collective field of the one consciousness, the source that we all come from. And so I can't pretend to understand it, but the sense that I get is that we're all part of that great big ocean of consciousness. And each of us is like a little bay off of that ocean, where we have our own unique identity defined by the landscape, and we do things in a particular way, and the life force flows through us in a particular way. And then that water still goes back out into the sea. And that's the energy of the collective that is part of who we are, the uniqueness of who we are. I don't know why that was important, but it was important. So all that to say, we're tapping into this glorious energy of evolution, of rising, of becoming more, of realizing that we are so much more, and looking for ways to cultivate that in this life so that we can hold more of that massive field of light and energy that we really are in this tiny human form. And that's where practices like yoga, like qigong, like tai chi, like we've talked about here before, these ancient practices are a method for stretching our biology to hold more light, to hold more love, to hold more of those high frequency energies. And so the more we have practices that serve us in this way, the more we spend time in nature and ground and get into this deep, fulfilled energy, because that is the frequency of the universe. When we can spend time in this place and give our biology an opportunity to expand and hold that frequency, it becomes familiar to us. And as we need it, as we go through this crazy life, we're able to call on these deep energies of gratitude, of appreciation, of fulfillment, of satisfaction, of well-being. Whatever names we have for them, they're all touching into that deeply rich place that is source energy. And that's what we're doing here. And we're becoming conscious that we have access to this. And we can deliberately cultivate this in our field through practices such as those I've mentioned before, through meditation, again, being out in nature, taking our shoes off, getting really present, being here now. These are all practices that help us to come into awareness of our broader, wiser self and to hold more of that in every moment. Because if we can be in that broader, wiser self more, we're living that energy into life. We're channeling that broader field of energy into the world. We become clearings for that as we move around in our lives, as we reach out and communicate with each other, as we do our daily life. We are a blessing through that energy coming through us. And it's very, very powerful. And that's why this fulfillment energy is so important in this quality this week. It's sort of tapping into that deep, 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 deep well-being that is life, that is the love force, that is all that is behind all life everywhere. It's this deep rumbling peace and this evolution that we're in the process of. Life everywhere becoming more. And we're just a particular iteration of it, but it's happening to all life everywhere on this planet at this time through the guidance of the sun energy, the information from the sun coming to the planet and transforming us and the planet and all life on her. We're part of her, so we are changing too. But this consciousness is important. This self-awareness is important. That's where we are right now, and tapping into this field and holding more of that in our lives with intention through these various practices is one way of cultivating it. The near future, we have the card of indecision, the Eight of Swords. And you'll note that this individual is standing very, very still. She has her sword out, but she's not wildly swinging it around because it's not time to take action. She's receiving the download of energy to the crown chakra, and she's ignoring the distractions around her. Poised, gathered, collected, centered, ready. When it's time, when she receives the signal, she's ready to be ready. It's that kind of quality of energy in this card as we're going into the near future here. So it's like we are evolving, we are cultivating this field of energy, and as we cultivate this field of energy, we are ready. We are ready. We're lining up with all that life has in store for us, and we are ready to take action when the signal comes. So this is what we need to be mindful of this week and onward. It's about us being deliberate about cultivating that larger field of life force energy, because when we do, we're actually accelerating our personal evolution and growth. When we choose that in every moment, anything that is helping us to become more aware, more conscious, more deliberate, more present, more in this moment, any piece that helps us in that is contributing to this evolutionary factor. And that's just how powerful we are, that we can actually accelerate it or add unto it through our own choices. We help to add to that momentum and ride it. It's kind of like paddling downstream. You can get in a boat and go downstream, but you could paddle downstream and just go that much faster. It's up to us what we want to do. But that's the quality of the energy I'm tapping into here, and cultivating this so that we are ready to be ready. When the signal comes, we are there. We have that frequency within us. We know this energy of fulfillment. We know these fields of gratitude, appreciation. We've cultivated them within us so that we are ready to be whatever it is that we're called to be in life, whatever the activity is, whatever the action is that we need to take. We're whole and complete, and within ourselves have all that we need to rise and be all that we're here to be. The foundation card is the Prince of Hearts. This is changing on the level of the heart, on the level of our emotions, our feelings, the intuition, the whole sensory kind of experience. It's it's definitely more of a feminine quality than a traditionally masculine quality. It's all important. It's all relevant. We all have masculine and feminine within us. There's no breakdown at all. It's just our understanding of the qualities of those energies. You could call them yin and yang. It would be the same thing. But there's this change in the energy of how we are being on the level of the heart. There's transformation happening on the level of the heart, and that's not surprising with the energy that's coming down on the planet at this time. This is about activating the heart. This is the frequency that is being transformed in us. We've lived for a time in our minds. We've been existing in that state of the mind. And I'm not saying the mind is not important, but it is not the only part of us. And it's certainly not as relevant now as the heart is. The heart truly is the center of wisdom. It truly is the center of our knowingness. It's the center of our bodies. The heart is always communicating with the brain. It's communicating with our field. We have a field around us that's generated by the energy, the electromagnetic energy of the heart. You look at the Heart Math Institute if you want, find out more. So the heart is really, really important. And these rapid changes on the level of the heart really speak to the frequencies and the energies of what we're living through. And as a result of these changes, this reprogramming, if you will, if you want to call it that, or this evolutionary shift that's happening for us, where our hearts are being freed and our energy field is being expanded, and we're holding more of that in our biology, because our field of biology, and through these practices and through simply the energy of this time, our field is getting bigger. Our energetic field, our heart field, our felt field, we are becoming more energy and less matter. So we're losing that density, as it were. And so it's all important. Everything that we're doing, anything that we're doing to cultivate our connection to that energy, life force, that love force, is essential at this time. And as I said, helps us to just paddle downstream just a little bit faster, have a little bit more fun, enjoy the ride a little bit more, be a little bit more deliberate about those currents that we're surfing, that kind of thing. So the reason why we're having the reading this week are changes on the level of the heart, changes what we're feeling, what we're knowing, what we're noticing we're knowing. All of that is important right now, because it's part of this incredible field of energy that we are living into and growing into at this time, which is kind of exciting. And, yes, crazy stuff going on in the world, but if you unplug from that, where are you inside yourself? What is the energy field like inside of you? Are you living this? Are you cultivating this field of fulfillment, of deep gratification and joy and pleasure and satisfaction, gratitude, love? All those energy fields, all those feelings that take us into association with, take us into the field of the life source energy. I mean, there's probably not a word in our language that encapsulates that, but these are all in the vicinity of that energy that is source energy. And we, like I said, it's our work, our devotion, our service to cultivate that life force energy, to cultivate that frequency and be it, grow into it, live it, let it transform us and let us be the source of energy that we come from as we move out into the world, so that when it's time to take action, we are always taking it from that informed place of the source. And with that, let's pull our card to grow on. Exciting times. And I encourage you to really give yourself permission to be in your life now in a place of enjoyment, of noticing all the blessings and celebrating those blessings. It is an incredible time to be alive. And yes, there is a lot going on, and we chose to be here. I do believe that. I do believe we've come here to be part of the solution, to be part of this evolutionary wave on the planet at this time. And there's challenges, of course, but the challenges are the contrast that help us to know what we prefer, so that we can always go in that direction and be a clearing for more good. So what is it, Creator? What is it that we need to know? Our card to grow on. How do we summarize the reading and the energy this week so that we can carry it in our hearts and minds and be at our best for holding transformation and holding light for ourselves and for others as we move through our days on the planet at this time for this week of May 3rd to the 10th, 2024. Balance. So this feels akin to that energy of the sword. The name of the card is indecision, but it's not, it doesn't feel so much as an indecision as a pause, the universe has created a buffer around us so we can get it together before we have to take action. And here again is this quality of balance, and even the colors are, we go from the pink into the blue into the violet. There's sort of a balance and a harmony of the colors even in these here. So our card to grow on is this card of balance, coming into right balance, coming into right relationship with ourselves, being balanced and at ease within ourselves so that we can respond rather than react. It's really about cultivating a completely different way of existing where we're not, as I said, reactive, but we're responsive. Because we're coming from that higher, broader, wiser place, the eagle's perch, as some people call it, we're able to stay clean and clear and be observant and notice ourselves, notice what we're feeling, notice what we're coming through. And as a result of that observational state, we stay a little bit loftier. We don't get into the morass. We don't get into the grunginess of it all. And we're able to stay clearer, cleaner, and make better choices and decisions for ourselves and the dynamics that we find ourselves in. So the card this week, the card to grow in, is holding this space of balance and being harmonious within ourselves, not overdoing anything, not leaning too far one way or the other, just existing in a really positive, clean and clear state within us. And that will serve us, all those around us, and this beautiful planet, and will be in service to all that energy that we were just seeing. Going far off on the rails or jumping in the deep end before we're ready, that isn't going to serve us or anyone else. It's holding this sort of self-responsible place of well-being and balance, which will be really, really helpful to us this week and going forward. And so with that, I invite you to take another nice deep breath. Closing your eyes, coming home to that beautiful body, where all that wisdom is, all that information that is you and is beyond you. Creator, this is your daughter Titania, and I'm here with all of your children, and I want to thank you once again for supporting me and being present to us all as we pull in this reading of the week for May 3rd to the 10th, 2024. I'm grateful for all the guidance, for the support, for the wisdom, for the discernment that is coming our way, that we already have. Help us to leverage it in service to our good and the good of the planet so that we can bring our best to life for ourselves, of course, and for everyone else, so that we can all rise and thrive and evolve and be in that deep energy of fulfillment as much as possible and generate that out into life, beyond ourselves, beyond our communities, to those who might be going through hard times. Just ask for love and light all around this beautiful planet, and a healing and comfort for all those who may be needing it at this time. Thank you for being here once again. It's a pleasure to read these readings with you every week and to pull through what we need to know so that we can be at our best. Thank you for your part. I'm grateful to you, and I will look forward to seeing you again next week. In the meantime, a very happy May. Enjoy all the beauty of the season, all you lucky Taurians. A very happy birthday. I'll see you next Friday. Bye for now.